Welcome, Whiskey Taste Buds. Here we are on day 5 of the 12 Drams of Christmas Blue Collar and Scholar Whiskey Club.
And we're still here.
And we're still here, yeah. We're moving along. This is December 17th, and we've got a real special whiskey for you today. Before we do the reveal,
Okay.
I'm going to say this one was, or quite possibly, a sister cask to the Christmas Eve dram of last year's 12 Drams of Christmas. So for those of you that took part in that one or remember that video, we could be in the mix for another one of those kind of thing. But,
Great. As if I remember.
yes, 12 days was a beautiful 12 days, but yeah, it got a little hairy at the end.
It did. Yeah.
Greg's alter ego, Walter, came out.
Yeah, I brought Walter with
Walter
me
ego.
later.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so for those of you who are drinking along with us, go to your tree now and find your special little bottle for day 5. And do you want to
By the
explore
way,
it first, and then we'll
Where's our tree? And you know, it's like, where's our fireplace?
maybe by the end of this we'll actually have all that set up.
Okay. I know it's still early in December.
So let's blind taste this first, and
Okay.
like we've been doing, and then we'll do the reveal.
Okay.
So first of all, in this beautiful Blue Collar and Scholar whiskey glass, this Glencairn, I'm going to show you the color of this whiskey.
Wow.
Look at the
That's
dark color.
That's a good sign.
Yes. Manufacturer calls this intense mahogany, and I would say that's pretty accurate as far as color goes. Cheers. Ooh, Greg's using the nice pinwheel crystal Glencairn. Or maybe it's not pinwheel, is it? Just crystal. Pinwheel has a specific design on the crystal, I think.
That's good. I'm glad you know that. Because I'm at a loss.
Well, we don't have mics, so we better speak up a little. Project our voices.
Oh, dear.
Okay,
Wow.
the nose on this. Holy moly.
Yes. Holy moly. Right. It's like I'm sucking up or snorting a fireplace. There's so much heat in there. I mean, heat meaning.
Oh, from alcohol.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, I'm not getting any peat or smoke on the nose. But
No peat.
so,
Shall we?
honey, butterscotch. Very, very sweet on the nose. And by the color, I would say most of you probably can guess what kind of cask this one spent most of its life in. Or all of its life. And shall we go for palate?
Sláinte.
Yum. Yeah, all the notes that you absolutely love about a sherry whiskey, raisins, mocha, more of that honey, orange, ginger, cinnamon, spices, Christmas cake.
You know, speaking of mahogany in terms of the coloring, it actually reminds me of licking a mahogany wall.
Okay,
Yeah. It's got a lot of those kinds of tastes in it for me.
can't say I've ever licked a mahogany wall
Well, you
or a
should try
church
sometime.
pew or anything like that, but yeah, I don't know if like after COVID if that's acceptable socially anymore, but I guess if you have mahogany in your own home and you know that it's,
It's better than licking the mask.
yeah, this is true.
Anyway, this is actually very delightful.
Yeah, this is a special whiskey. Now we'll reveal it. This is one that I picked up, or I should say, a fellow whiskey taste bud from Calgary. Our good friend Stephen Campbell picked this one up for me, and it's a Co-op liquor store exclusive, Glenallachie 2007 single cask. And you can see there's not much left in the bottle there because we've already poured your kits and that's all that's left. So yeah, Glenallachie is probably I would say maybe top 5 non-peated whiskeys.
It's
For me?
also the distillery itself is also one of the youngest in Speyside. It was built back in the 60s. It was mothballed in 1985, and then it reopened 4 years later. But it was in 2017 that it was picked up by a famous master distiller named Billy Walker.
Billy
and
Walker, yeah.
a couple of his friends, and they've done some amazing things with Glenallachie. There's just a little bit about Billy Walker. Billy Walker, I called him the rejuvenator, simply because he took distilleries like Ben Rayek, Glendronach,
Yeah.
Glenglassic, and brought them back to life. A number of them were either mothballed or just not producing
performing,
in the way
yeah.
that they need. And the 60s was not a great time anyway, because the whiskey market was starting to collapse once again. So he's one of the most prominent whiskey figures of this generation. I
Yeah,
think.
basically, they call him, I think I've heard him referred to as King Midas. Whatever distillery he touches turns to gold. And
There you go.
I got to say, any whiskey that I've had that he's had a hand in has always been amazing. Even a couple of Irish whiskeys from a distillery that's produced a couple special single malt style Irish whiskeys that were amazing that Billy Walker had a part in. So anyway, a little bit more on this particular whiskey. This is, like I said, 2007. It's a single cask number 7044. It was a Co-op liquor store exclusive. Last year, Christmas Eve, our final dram was also a special Glenallachie. It was a Kensington Wine Market exclusive. So very, very similar to what we're doing here. If you remember, that one was even darker than this one. This one is from a PX, a Pedro Jimenez cask, pardon me, bottled at 60.2% ABV. Fantastic whiskey, and in my opinion, kind of the ultimate Christmas dram, because like all those Christmas cake notes that you get from sherry casks, sherry butts, is in this whiskey. So
It's got a beautiful finish.
For sure.
I love the finish. It's long, lingering, luscious. You know, the usual alliteration.
on that note, I think we should finish.
Oh, I can deal with that.
So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this today's dram, and we'll see you again for another special whiskey tomorrow. Cheers.
Cheers.